Hey everyone, welcome back. Joe here again from ScaleFreak.com, coming to bring you another open bag, quick look at, and install, and quick review of another amazing RC product. This one here, we're doing the SSD 8-hole wheels. This thing is SSD 00268. And for this one here, we're going to be installing it on the Pitbull XL Rock Beast, and I've got on this one specifically, I've got the Proline solid, the closed cell single piece foam inside there. What is this wheel? Well, again, it's another option in the long list of wheels that you can get, but this guy here has had a bit of a, I really like this one. That's a good way to say it. In a world where it's actually pretty difficult to put some wheels together or to get a wheel that's gonna stand the test of time and be designed really well, you can pick and choose, but the problem is you don't really know until you get it together. And of course, some brands and stuff like that have those little tiny screws and little tiny nuts that are an absolute pain to put together. Or you could go the opposite direction, get stuff that's got some really beefy hardware, but you're going to possibly triple the budget that you've got set. These ones here are really easy. There's the package. You get two in the package. And they've got a handful of different wheels that you can select from. They've got 1.7s, 1.55s, and 1.9s, and 2.2s. But for these ones here, of course, I'm running them on my 1.9 trucks. This specific setup here will go on either F-Bomb or on my wife's Traxxas TRX4 Bronco, one of those two. But we both bought enough of these things to do all of our trucks. So that's what's going to happen. Now, putting them together, really easy. When they come in the package, it is a 4-piece wheel. They're all put together. The screws are all in. Easy. Just count the screws, make sure they're all there. You have your inner ring that's going to hold the inside of the beads and keep the tire round, I guess you could say. You've got your back plate. You've got your front plate, and you have your hex. This one here comes with a hex. And only 6 screws. 6 2mm 3M screws, less likely to hammer these things and strip them out. So that is an absolute bonus when it comes to putting these things together, is you are far less likely to damage these wheels putting them together. And also the minimal amount of screws, you're not going to be there all day. Okay, so install, of course, you're using a 2mm, a little bit of Loctite. I use the Loctite 222. And again, as I said, I'm putting them on the Pitbull 1.9 XL Rock Beasts. So I've already got the foam in there, as you can see. First, of course, is the inner ring. With this Proline foam, you're going to get a very tight fit on this ring, and that's a good thing because that means that it's less likely that when you're side hilling, that the foam is going to move back and forth against that ring. I've used some foams in the past where all of a sudden you get on a side hill and the rim will stay put and the whole tire will actually move in and out on the wheel. I don't like that, so I've got that set up like that. So the ring, you can see, goes inside. Make sure it's nice and even. If you're running a 2-stage foam, again, just go back through and make sure that the outer ring of the white foam is in place correctly. Then, of course, you're going to take the back plate, put it in the back. This will fit really nice and tight. Just make sure that the bead is even. I mounted a couple of these already, and at no point using these foams did I feel like that the bead wanted to jump out. So this has been really easy to put together. And then just like the other rims I've mounted in the past, look for something on the back side of the rim that matches. That hole matches that one. So then you're going to look for it on here as well. It should fit right like that. And if I press it together, yes, they do match. And again, when you're putting the front one together, just make sure the bead's fairly even. Give a little tug around. Now, here's where things get really easy. Put in this back piece. So again, just this here. The cool thing is it's not like the other brand where you have to put the screw through the back and then put a nut on the front. This is threaded. This is what is going to take the screw. So line it up, and this thing actually press fits in to the wheel. So it's in. It's not going to creep away on me. I can do this. It's not going to fall off. And I got to put this back on the front again, right here. Just make sure everything again is all lined up. And then what you can do, so here's what I do. Take one screw, and I just push it, I put it in, and I push it enough that I can just get the edge of the thread in, and there. Then I do another one. just like this. Now, of course, the wheel may want to move a little bit. There, so there's 2 in. So now that I have the 2 in, I just go through, grab another, just dip the end onto the Loctite, and these are now really easy to put in. I don't know if you guys watched the other video of me fighting with the other brand of wheels, but it was definitely a lot harder than this. Now just remember when you do this, remember what the original 2 were, this one and this one, because you do want to go back and make sure you put a little dot of Loctite on those 2. Now again, I'm only putting these in, so it's just the very end of the thread is making contact, because what I'm going to do from there is just go a couple, and now I'm going to start like if you were doing an actual wheel on a truck. Just make them flush and then give it an extra bit. And then what you're going to do is you're slowly bringing the wheel together. So check the bead. Yeah, we're rock and roll all the way around. Everything looks good. The front as well, everything looks good. And then again, just go around a little bit by a little bit and do a little more as you go until it completely closes the ring. You'll know. I mean, we're not using that little tiny hardware where all of a sudden, if you put a little too much pressure on it, they just break free and snap. This one here, at least you will feel some tension against it, and you'll know that you're there. And you just go through them evenly. Just like that. And because there's only 6, it makes it really, really easy. That's it. That's the wheel. It's done. 1, 2. Got a few of them done so far. One thing to mention as well, see the size of the inner on here? That is because some hexes these days, some of the hexes that are mounting onto the truck itself, not only does it have the hex for the back to fit into, but the center hub will be a little bit larger as well. So this will fit directly on there. And that will actually put a lot more of the weight of the truck onto the hub and less onto the actual axle shaft itself. You don't necessarily have to have those. It's nice to have. It's absolutely nice to have. But if you put this on and then you put a large enough, like a flanged wheel nut on there, it will take up that entire space and you won't have any concerns. So that's what you're going to want to do. And that's really about it for that wheel. So that is how that works. What you're going to see very soon is you're going to see a comparison on the wheels, right? This one here has a Proline 2-stage foam in it. This one has a Proline 1-stage foam in it. And we're going to do a comparison. Same wheels, same tires, different foams. And we're going to check to see how they perform. I just got to mount the rest of them. I only have 6 more to do. All right, guys, so thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, please put them in the comment field down below. These are great wheels, and I recommend checking out the company, SSD. Just go into Google, SSD, into Google. I believe it's SSD, yeah, SSD-RC.com. I picked these ones up here, foams, rims, and tires. Picked them all up at Skycraft in St. Catharines. He got them in for me super fast. So that's going to make a big difference for me and my wife's truck, and I can't wait to get it on the trail. So again, like, comment, subscribe, and share with your friends. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great night.